start with breaking news on a power failure in downtown Detroit. Courthouses, City Hall, and other key places are dealing with a blackout.
And you'll see how it's affecting city services and what's being done to fix it. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We have team coverage of the power crisis.
Mary Conway is live at Detroit Police Headquarters, but let's begin at City Hall with Action News reporter Tom Waite. Tom?
And Joanna and Diana, hundreds of people came spilling out of this building as the power went out. The bottom line is the system was overwhelmed. Paramedics attend to a woman whose legs went numb after walking 10 flights of stairs. She and her husband were on the 10th floor of the Wayne County Courts when the lights went out.
She couldn't feel her legs, and so the officers, I came all the way down eventually, and the officers and the paramedics and stuff went up there to get her.
Paramedics had to carry some folks down from 17 flights up.
I was on the 17th floor, and all of the lights and everything went out, and I was trapped because I can't come down the stairs. So I came down a little as much as I could, but I just got out of the hospital.
After a similar situation a year ago, city officials, including fire, police, and paramedics, seemed ready. There was a huge response from emergency services just in case. City workers tell us the evacuation was orderly.
The emergency lights came on, and then a voice came over the intercom saying that this was an evacuation and not a test. Then everyone proceeded in orderly fashion down the stairs.
They did a real good job. I think they did a good job. What they had to deal with.
And back out here live, there are many stoplights that are out in this area here along Jefferson, and I believe you're looking at Chopper Video Live outside of the city-county building. Certainly, if you can't avoid this area, it would be a good idea to do so. Major outages across city buildings downtown, including the fire department, the city-county building, is, of course, as we mentioned, and other areas throughout this section of town. So if you can't avoid it, it would be a good idea to do so. Reporting live downtown, I'm Tom Waite, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, Tom, thank you very much.
Detroit's Director of Communications, Karen Dumas, joins us live on the phone right now. Karen, thank you so much for being with us. What a major headache and a mess and a frightening situation for so many people downtown today. What's the status right now?
Well, certainly it's an inconvenience, Diana, but it's one we're working to resolve as quickly as possible. As you know, 3 tie lines failed, and as a result, we do have a power outage at several major buildings as well as a number of traffic lights. But we are working to restore the power. We anticipate having it done completely within 24 hours, and we will know by 10 o'clock tonight whether or not employees should return to work in the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center.
People, you know, I'm wondering, we saw Tom Waite's report there, and so many people having to make the long flights down when the power went out and when the buildings were being evacuated. Karen, do you know if there was anyone trapped in any elevators and what was done about those people in all those buildings?
Yes, I know. I can speak for the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center. There were possibly 2, 3 people that were stuck in the elevators. They were taken out safely without injury. So it was just an unanticipated power failure, and we had to respond to those temporary emergencies.
And Karen, what word are you giving to people at home tonight about the situation there? What can you say to them? That's encouraging.
We're going to ask them to stay tuned to our media outlets. We're working very closely with them, including Channel 7. We certainly appreciate your help in keeping your viewers and our Detroiters informed, and we will provide updates as they become available.
All right, to let everybody know about work situations tomorrow and whatnot. Also, preparations for this. We had a similar situation happen a year ago, Karen. Were there these contingency plans in place and these plans that if something like this happened to kind of ensure an orderly evacuation like happened today?
As a matter of fact, there was a practice run last week while we were in Mackinac. So, yes, and if you heard some of the people that Tom spoke with, things were very orderly and cooperative in evacuating the building, and it was done so in a timely manner and safely.
Well, good to hear, certainly. Karen Dumas, the Director of Communications for the City of Detroit, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Again, yeah, have a good night, and we'll keep, of course, all of our viewers posted on work situations and whatnot throughout the evening.
And let's check in now at police headquarters, which did not lose power.
That's certainly good news. We're live in Detroit again. Mary Conway can tell us what police are doing, though, to conserve electricity to help with all of this. Mary?
Well, and that's one of the things that they were very concerned that people know at home was that they did not lose power. They have full power, and the precincts have full power, but they are conserving electricity. They turned off any non-essential computer at this point. They tried to bring down any air conditioning, any small units, that sort of thing, to try to conserve as well as protect the system.
Our 911 communication center, we're actively taking 911 calls. Our dispatch center is working perfectly. However, we are on alert. We want to be aware in case the trickle down from the power outage hits our buildings. But we have redundancies in place. We have a very robust backup system, so I'm very confident that from a public safety standpoint, we are very well positioned. My Assistant Chief Logan, he's monitoring the situation along with my Homeland Security Director, Inspector Donald Johnson, and if there's any shift that has any effect on public safety, we will make sure we get that information communicated out immediately, but as it stands now, everything is working fine.
We understand that you voluntarily have taken some of your computers down to try to conserve power. What all are you doing?
Well, those types of things, turning lights down as much as you can, as hot as it is and sticky as it is, keeping air conditioners at a lower rate to just so we don't have as much of a power drain, and also to preserve in case there's some type of surge. We wouldn't want computers to get fried in that case also. So we're just erring on the side of caution.
Now, similarly, the sheriff's office for Wayne County did not lose power either, but they are also conserving energy. But to give you an example of what did lose power, like the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice lost power, Cobo Hall lost power, the chief said they are holding some people over on their shift in case they need them for traffic control. As we were coming down Woodward, lights were out as far north as Montcalm by Comerica Park. The lights on Woodward, like at Witherell, at Grand River. So they may be using police officers to conduct traffic control just to try to maintain things in an orderly fashion down here. But again, they are not affected here at 1300 Beaubien, but conserving to try to help out. Reporting live, I'm Mary Conway, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, thank you, Mary. And let's check in now with Glenda Lewis. She's at the Mustersky Power Plant where the problem started. Glenda?
Yes, this is the central lighting source for the city of Detroit, the Detroit Public Lighting Department, and it is here where the mayor's office says the outages started because those 3 tie lines failed. 24,000 volt lines, we believe, due to excessive energy consumption over the last 2 days in this heat. You just spoke with the mayor's chief communications officer, Karen Dumas. I spoke with her. She says there have been brownouts and they've anticipated problems, and sure enough, problems happened. Several key downtown buildings, including parts of Wayne State, and traffic lights went black. 10 p.m. tonight, the earliest the power could be restored, but it should all be back on by this time tomorrow. We're live in Southwest Detroit at the Mustersky Power Station. I'm Glenda Lewis. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Glenda. The power outage affected Wayne State. Classes have been canceled for the rest of the evening. Wayne State says they'll be back in session tomorrow. The power outage also forced the DIA to cancel an event at the Detroit Film Theater. And tonight, the People Mover will be closed all night.